So we've had a couple of days to digest the recent Forza Horizon 6 news, or I should say the lack of Forza Horizon 6 news. And over the past couple of days, the internet's had a couple of reactions that I thought were worth talking about in today's video. And I'm not gonna lie, I think there's more to the statement that Xbox shared than is immediately obvious, which I also wanted to talk about in today's video. And because I'm me, I just messaged the developers and asked them exactly what the statement meant, and I'll tell you what they said. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, this past Sunday was the Xbox Game Showcase for 2025, where there was no mention of the next Forza Horizon game. Genuinely, the only piece of Forza news we got was right at the end of the showcase, where Phil Spencer came out on stage basically hyping up next year being Xbox's 25th anniversary, and he said this.
Next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning.
Straight up, I have not taken that out of context in any way, shape, or form. That is all they said about the next Forza game, and I think it's safe to say it left fans fairly disappointed. All this to say, though, over the past couple of days, the internet has been abuzz with Forza Horizon what, Forza this, Forza that, and what does everything mean? And I thought I'd spend some time today answering some of those questions and sharing some of my thoughts, because I think there is more to this. Let me explain. So I guess we should address the elephant in the room right at the start, Phil Spencer's statement and what exactly it means. For those of you who don't know, Phil Spencer is the head of Xbox. He is the main guy. So the big point of contention is that Phil Spencer specifically said Forza and not Forza Horizon, which is the game everybody thought would be getting announced right now. And that's left players very confused, and that's why I messaged the developers and said this. I've seen a lot of confusion online after Phil Spencer mentioning Forza in the showcase. Is there anything further we can share with the audience to help clear up confusion? I didn't want to say Forza Horizon in my question because the developers would have just been like, no. Anyways, this is what they said. They said, we have nothing further to share at the moment, but we'll be sure to provide updates when we have more to offer. So although Phil Spencer nor the developers actually tell us what they mean when they say Forza, I think we do have a little bit of what it doesn't tell us. So right out of the gate, no. Phil Spencer will not be referring to Forza Motorsport in this statement. I don't know where it came from, but recently I've seen a lot of rumors going around online saying Forza Motorsport 2 is being worked on. I don't know where this rumor came from. Straight up, though, it is fake news. It is not true. The developers are not making Forza Motorsport 2. I have had numerous conversations with the developers, both online and in person at events, where we've spoken about Forza Motorsport, and they've said time and time again, Forza Motorsport, the game that is out right now, is the game that they will be building and evolving over the next couple of years. They have no plans to build another Forza Motorsport game. Their plan is to build upon the Forza Motorsport game that exists right now and turn it into the best Forza Motorsport game that they can make. So the next logical hop is Forza Horizon, with a new game due on the horizon, pun intended. There is a 99.999% chance that Phil Spencer was referring to Forza Horizon being that next Forza game. However, the same way as I said on Sunday, it's not official and it's not confirmed. Although yes, Phil Spencer confirmed another Forza game is coming, until they officially say Forza Horizon or Forza Horizon 6, it's not official and it's not confirmed, and until they do, we're just left kind of waiting. For example, there is a 0.00001% chance they could be making Forza Street 2 or Forza Customs 2. In all seriousness, though, no. There is one other idea that kind of has a little bit of validity, but obviously nothing's confirmed. What if the next Horizon game isn't actually a Horizon game? For example, it's possible we could be getting something like what happened with The Crew, where they went from The Crew 1 to The Crew 2, followed up by The Crew Motorfest. It's kind of the same game, but it's also kind of a spin-off and a new experience and stuff like that, and technically doesn't fall under like the Crew 3 banner, but it's a Crew game. Could be a similar thing here. Who knows? Next year we might be getting a Forza Outlaws, a Forza Pulse, a Forza Global. you get the idea. Something like that that isn't technically a Horizon game, but is a spin-off and kind of a follow-up, but not really. It would be a wild idea from the developers and from Xbox and Microsoft to throw away the brand recognition of Forza Horizon for a totally new concept that is unproven and spend 5 years developing a concept that nobody's even seen or heard of so far. So, that would be a choice. Probably not likely, but I thought I'd mention it anyway. All we sort of kind of know at this point in time is that whatever the next Forza game is should be releasing at some point next year. Anyways, I also wanted to talk about some players' expectations and responses that I've seen shared online over the past couple of days. On my video that I posted on Sunday, there have been hundreds of comments on that, plus TikTok and Instagram stuff. It's been quite chaotic to try to keep up with everything, but I tried to get a good gist of what everybody was saying, so let me share some of that with you. One of the funniest things I've seen shared over the past little while is that we got GTA 6 before FH6, which is a statement that I didn't think I would ever say, but that's just weird. I think a pretty common trend I saw shared on the internet over the past couple of days is that a lot of players, and rightfully so, feel like Forza Horizon 5 is kind of over. The developers came out and said straight up back in January, they're not really doing big monthly updates anymore. The last big update we got was in April, and after that, we have no idea when the next one's going to be coming. From this point right now, at the start of June 2025, we probably won't get any new Forza Horizon stuff for at least a year until we get some news at whatever the next Xbox showcase is. And then the game might only come out, what, 4 months after that? So we're realistically waiting 16 months or so? That's a long time with no update. I'm not gonna lie, I think it would go a really, really long way if the developers decided to gift everybody in Forza Horizon 5 a new car, just dropped it on their message center, or gave us like a community special event sort of thing and just kind of had some fun with it. I don't think anybody's expecting major updates with 4 new cars and big fixes and new content at this point in time. But it would be nice to see something, a small little gesture to those of us who are still hanging around. Another significant thing I've seen shared a lot online over the past couple of days is with increased dev time comes increased optimism from the players, expecting a bigger, more polished game than ever. But with that, it also puts significantly more pressure on the developers to deliver something that is truly the best of the best experience. I feel like at the moment, there is a lot of underlying fear amongst the Forza Horizon community that the next Forza Horizon game won't live up to expectations, and it'll just be a Forza Horizon 5 with a new map and a new tin of paint on the top. That's it. One of the funniest comments I got was from somebody saying, if they're taking 5 years to give us the same Forza arrow, it'll be a monumental disappointment, which I think is very valid. Long story short, the biggest thing is just we're going into an unknown where we don't know what to expect. Like, the developers have taken 5 years and people are expecting something big and better than it ever was before, and is that right? Should we be doing that? We have no idea. And a lot of players just feel like 2025 was the year for Forza Horizon 6, and now it's just a bit of a question mark. So why do you think the developers and Xbox are kind of hiding Forza Horizon 6 from us? Is it Forza Horizon 6, or is it a spin-off? Is it bigger and better than it's ever been before? And will it actually come out in 2026? And will it take on GTA 6? And will it interfere with Fable? There are so many questions going into next year. We don't know what to expect. And hopefully, at least over the next 6 months, we can get some answers to some of those questions so we can go into 2026 feeling confident that something cool is coming. But for now, we need to wait and see. Thanks for watching.